Hello, my name is Charlie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new to this channel and haven't seen my videos before, I am posting all about bulimia and the recovery journey from this horrible illness and addiction. I was bulimic myself for 7 years. I have since made a full recovery and I'm living a pretty happy, fulfilled, and abundant life, filled with lots of joy and beauty and connection and honesty and truth, and none of these things were available to me while I was suffering from bulimia. Part of me honestly wants to just put my 7 years of hell behind me and move forward, but I nevertheless feel a really strong calling to share my experiences and help those who are going through the same. I know that bulimia is utterly rampant within our society these days. It's estimated that over 50% of women will suffer from some form of bulimia or binging and purging at some point in their lifetime. 50%. 50%. That is huge. Just sit back and think about that statistic for a minute. Okay, so if you're watching this video, there's quite a strong chance that you might be suffering, unless you're one of my friends and you're watching it to support me. Thank you! But if you're not one of my friends and not watching this just to support me in my YouTube journey, chances are that you are suffering from bulimia in some form. So believe me, you are not alone. At one point when I was in university, I was friends with 3 girls and we were living together. And out of 4 of us in that house, 3 of us were suffering from binging and purging. So yeah, my experiences actually go to back up that statistic. Okay, so to the topic for today. I have been seeing time and time again people online who have started walking forward in the recovery journey. And when I say walking forward, I mean they're on the path to getting better. They've told themselves, I want to quit binging and purging, I want to recover from bulimia. And they've made it like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 months, 4 months, whatever, without binging and purging, and then they slip up and they are gutted, they are devastated, they are hating themselves, they are beating themselves up, and they're posting online asking for support and guidance. And my answer to each and every one of these people every single time is that the most important thing in dealing with this and making sure that it does not snowball and become a wider relapse, and that it stays an isolated incident, is not to beat yourself up. Accept that you are human, accept the strength of this disorder that you are recovering from, accept the size of the beast, accept what has happened, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep walking forward. If you can, you need to tell someone what has happened. I don't suggest that person being your parents. Parents tend to be too emotionally involved and tending therefore to overreact and freak out, which is not what you need. You need to find someone who's going to be understanding, who's going to be empathetic, and is not going to treat this as a massive deal. My advice is to find 1 or possibly 2 friends who you can go to throughout the length of your recovery whenever this kind of thing happens, because you're going to go through lots of challenges, lots of changes, you're going to experience lots of physical side effects when you're recovering. And if you have someone who's not judgmental, who you feel comfortable being really honest with about everything that you're experiencing, that is going to make your journey so much easier. So the first important thing in dealing with slip up is don't beat yourself up, okay? Forgive yourself. If you're struggling with this, send me a message and I will remind you. It's not a big deal. I slipped up 20, 30, 40, 50 times probably throughout my journey on recovery. It happened again and again and again and again, but eventually the gaps between these slip-ups will get bigger and bigger, and one day you will look back and be like, whoa, I haven't purged in like 6 months. Wow. And it will just sneak up on you like that. And then maybe you will, and maybe it'll happen like the next day. But you know what? That's okay, because you made it 6 months without doing something that you used to do 10, 20 times a day. That is an amazing achievement. I didn't used to think I could go 12 hours without binging and purging, and the fact that I could go 6 months and then it happened, I wasn't going to beat myself up for that. I went 6 months without doing something I couldn't go 12 hours without doing. And just because it happened once, did that erase all of that progress? No, absolutely not. You will learn each time you binge and purge as well. You will learn so much more about your triggers. You will have so much more self-awareness. You will see and you will be able to reflect in hindsight, in that state of relative calm and quiet, exactly what happened leading up to your slip up, and you'll be able to take the measures to not let that happen again in future. Okay, so number 1 tactic, don't beat yourself up. Number 2, the next day, be mindful about what you are eating, okay? So you're probably going to be quite hungry the next day if you've emptied all the food out of your stomach the night before or the day before. Do not let yourself get to that crazy stage of hunger where you just want to eat everything in sight and like, rah! Because you're just going to eat too much, and you might end up feeling guilty, and it might end up triggering another binge, which is going to potentially allow this to snowball and to turn into a more long-term thing. So what you want to do is eat light but often throughout the day. So eat lots of fruit, lots of hydrating things, lots of smoothies, water, coconut water, fresh fruit and vegetables. Keep it healthy, keep it light, but keep it sustaining you throughout the day. So don't let yourself get too hungry. Remember that you're probably going to experience some bloating and some water retention, because that is one of the side effects of purging. So you're probably going to wake up feeling a bit swollen the next day, maybe a bit chunky, a bit puffy. At least once you start to eat and put some water inside your body's going to hold on to that fluid, because by purging, you are depleting your body of fluid, so naturally it's going to hold on to it the next day. So you might be feeling a bit bad about your appearance, your glands might be swollen. I know for me that was one of the most difficult things about being bulimic in general, was that my glands were swollen and I felt like I had a puffy face and looked a bit like a hamster, and to be honest, I did. So be aware that the day after you've slipped up and you've purged, your face might be a bit swollen, your throat's probably going to hurt, maybe your esophagus is going to be quite sore, depending on the severity of your purging, whether or not you're using your fingers, and actually how much you threw up. You're probably not going to be feeling tip-top the next day. So like I said, number 1, take it easy on yourself. Forgive yourself. That is so, so important, right? Really need to forgive yourself. Forget about it. Move on. Number 2, eat light throughout the day. Don't let yourself get crazy hungry. Make sure that you hydrate. Drink water, eat fruits, eat watery vegetables, drink coconut water. Make sure that you're really replenishing yourself and your electrolytes. Number 3, now this is beautifully simple, but a little bit more tricky to employ. Number 3, the third thing that you should do the day after a slip up from bulimia is carry on as normal. If you work, get up, go to work, do your thing, smash those business meetings, do it. If you have children, look after your kids. Take them to school. If the gym is your thing, go to the gym. Do a workout. Pump that lymphatic system. Get some endorphins flowing, some feel-good hormones. If you're a yogi, do your practice. Obviously, all of these things, use your own discernment to decide if they are right for you. If you are really low on energy and all you feel you are able to do is lie in bed, then do that. That's what you really need to be doing on this day. But if you have some energy, don't consign yourself to self-care and lying in bed and just painting your nails and taking a bubble bath, because these things are going to feed the slip up and give it energy. You want to be taking away energy from that and feeding yourself and your normal daily life your energy. So number 3, continue as normal. I really hope that this has been helpful, guys. I'm going to recap for you. The day after a slip up during bulimia recovery, the first thing that you should do is forgive yourself. Tell a friend, and that will help you to forgive yourself. That will help to relieve you of shame, which is so vital. This is the most important one. Number 2, nourish your body, rehydrate. You're going to be puffy, you're going to be swollen, your glands are probably going to be a bit enlarged, your throat might be sore. Remember the physical side effects, the water retention, the fluid retention, the swelling, the bloating, that is only temporary. This too shall pass. It will last maximum of 5 days. What you really need to be doing is drinking lots and lots of water. Stay away from caffeine. That only makes water retention worse. It makes it better temporarily, but that does not last. So drink lots of water, eat lots of fruits, leafy greens, starchy vegetables. Really nourish your body and try and re-establish that water balance within your body. Number 3, continue as normal. Do as you would normally do on any other day. Don't feed the slip up energy, take energy away from it. Feed your own energy into your own daily life, your own routine. Okay, I really hope this video has helped you. Slip ups can, do, and will happen, and they will happen again, I promise you. But eventually, if you do these things and you stop treating them as a big deal and something to freak out and beat yourself up about, the distance between them is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and eventually they just won't happen. I never thought I would get to that place where slip ups didn't happen, but now they don't. You can do it. You can. Everyone has the power to recover from this. It's just about realizing it, and it's about having the tools and, most importantly, the people to turn to in the journey. Please leave a comment down below if you found this video helpful or if there's something you'd like to contribute. I'd love to get a discussion going in the comments. I will respond to each and every one of you. Feel free to reach out to me on social media. I have Instagram at CharlieEmmaLouise. I also have a Facebook group, and I'm very active on my social media channels. So if you want to talk, just send me a message and I promise I will get back to you. Okay? Take care of yourselves, guys. Make better choices for yourselves. Bye bye.